Welcome to Detroit Motor Marvels. If you're anything like me, you love cars, especially the ones with a story to tell. And let me tell you, this story is a doozy. We're talking about a truck. Yeah, you heard that right. A truck. That's worth more than a Ferrari. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest in the world of cars. Let's dive into the surprising story of an old truck worth more than a Ferrari. Now, when I say truck, I'm using the term loosely here. This isn't some beat-up F-150 with a for sale sign in the window. This is a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe. You might be looking at it thinking, Jay, that's a car, not a truck. And you'd be right in the traditional sense, but back in the day, folks used truck to describe all sorts of vehicles, and this Mercedes, with its sleek design and powerful engine, was something else entirely. Think of it like this. You know how some folks collect vintage guitars? A 1959 Les Paul, for example, can fetch a pretty penny. This Mercedes is like the Automotive equivalent, a rare handcrafted masterpiece that's appreciated in value over time. And just like that prized Les Paul, this Mercedes has a sound of its own, the roar of a finely tuned engine that'll make your heart skip a beat. But here's the kicker. This particular model, the Uhlenhaut Coupe, is about as rare as hen's teeth. They only made a handful of them, and this one, well, it's in pristine condition. We're talking about a car that's been babied, pampered, and treated like the automotive royalty it is. It's no wonder this thing's worth more than a Ferrari. You see, this Mercedes has a story, and it's not just about the car itself, but the man behind it, Rudi Uhlenhaut. Picture a German engineer, brilliant mind, always tinkering, always pushing the limits. That was Uhlenhaut. He was the brains behind some of Mercedes' most iconic race cars, and this 300 SL, this was his baby. He designed it to dominate the racing scene back in the 50s, and boy did it ever. Imagine the roar of the crowd, the smell of burning rubber, the thrill of the race as this Mercedes zipped past the competition. This car was a winner, a champion, and it cemented Uhlenhaut's legacy in motorsports history. But here's the thing about legends, they only grow stronger with time. And as the years went by, the 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe became more than just a car. It became a symbol of innovation, of a bygone era of racing, and of course of Uhlenhaut's genius. Now, I've always been a sucker for a rare find. Whether it's a vintage motorcycle or a first edition comic book, there's something special about owning a piece of history that nobody else has. And in the world of cars, rarity equals value. Think about it. You see Ferraris all the time, right? Don't get me wrong, they're beautiful machines, but they're not exactly uncommon. But a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe, they only made 2 of these bad boys. 2! That's like finding a signed first edition of your favorite book. It's practically priceless. And the one we're talking about today, the one that's worth more than a Ferrari, it's in mint condition. It's like it just rolled off the assembly line yesterday. That combination of rarity and pristine condition, that's what drives collectors wild and sends prices into the stratosphere. Born on the track racing pedigree and its value. You know, folks often ask me, Jay, what makes a car truly special? And I always tell them it's the story behind the wheel, and this Mercedes, it's got a story that'd make even the most jaded car enthusiast's jaw drop. This thing wasn't built to just look pretty in a showroom. It was born on the racetrack, bred for speed and competition. Imagine the roar of the engine, the smell of burnt rubber, the blur of the track as this baby zipped past its rivals. This 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe carries the heart of a champion, a testament to Mercedes-Benz's dedication to pushing the limits of automotive engineering. And that racing pedigree, it's not just about bragging rights, it's about history, about legacy, about owning a piece of automotive legend. Think about it. This car wasn't just driven. It was pushed to its limits, tested against the best, and it came out on top. That kind of history, that connection to a bygone era of motorsports, it's priceless. $1 million makeover restoration and its impact on value. Now let's talk about condition. Because in the world of classic cars, condition is everything. It's the difference between a diamond in the rough and a polished gem. And this 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe, this thing is a sparkling jewel. It's undergone a meticulous restoration, every nut, bolt, and panel brought back to its former glory. We're talking about craftsmen, artisans of the automotive world, who poured their hearts and souls into bringing this masterpiece back to life. They didn't just fix it, they rejuvenated it, preserving its history while ensuring it'll be turning heads for generations to come. And that level of dedication, that attention to detail, it doesn't come cheap. But for the discerning collector, for someone who understands the value of automotive history, it's an investment. Because this isn't just a car, it's a time capsule, a rolling piece of art that'll only appreciate in value as the years go by. More than just metal, the art of automotive design. You know, some folks look at a car and see just a hunk of metal, but for me, it's always been about more than that. It's about design, about the way the lines flow, the way the light catches the curves. And this 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe, this car is a masterpiece. Just look at it. Those sleek aerodynamic lines like a cheetah ready to pounce, those iconic gull-wing doors opening up like wings reaching for the sky. This car is a head-turner, a showstopper, a testament to the power of automotive design. And it's not just about looks. The engineering under the hood is equally impressive. A powerful engine, a smooth shifting transmission, a suspension that hugs the road like a glove. This car wasn't just made to be admired, it was made to be driven, to experience the thrill of the open road. Now, we're talking about a car that's worth more than a Ferrari. And that's saying something, because Ferraris are practically synonymous with luxury and speed. But the world of high-end car collecting is a whole different ballgame. These are the folks who appreciate the finer things in life, who have a passion for history, for craftsmanship, for the thrill of owning something truly unique. They're not just buying a car, they're investing in a piece of automotive art. And for these collectors, a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe is the holy grail. It's a rare combination of history, rarity, and design excellence. It's a car that makes a statement, a car that starts conversations, a car that'll be the envy of any collection. Now, I know what you're thinking, that I love my Ferraris. How can you say this Mercedes is worth more? And you're right, I do have a soft spot for those Italian stallions. But there's something special about this Mercedes. You see, Ferraris, as beautiful and powerful as they are, they're still in production. You can walk into a Ferrari dealership today and order one. But this Mercedes? This is a piece of history. A one-of-a-kind masterpiece that'll never be replicated. It's like comparing a mass-produced print to an original Van Gogh. Sure, the print might be pretty, but it doesn't have that same historical significance, that same aura of rarity and exclusivity. So what does this all mean for the future of classic cars? Well, I think it's safe to say that the value of these rare gems is only going to go up. As more and more people discover the thrill of owning a piece of automotive history, the demand for these cars will continue to rise. And it's not just about the Mercedes and Ferraris of the world. We're talking about all sorts of classic cars, muscle cars, sports cars, even vintage trucks. If it's rare, if it's in good condition, and if it has a story to tell, chances are it's going to be worth something someday. So, if you're thinking about getting into the classic car game, now is the time. Start researching, start going to auctions, and start talking to collectors. You never know, you might just stumble upon the next $1 million Mercedes. Now, I know not everyone has millions of dollars to drop on a classic car, but that doesn't mean you can't find value in unexpected places. Remember that old truck I was telling you about at the beginning of the video? The one worth more than a Ferrari? Well, that got me thinking about all the hidden gems out there just waiting to be discovered. I'm talking about those cars that have been sitting in garages for decades, covered in dust but full of potential. Maybe it's your grandpa's old pickup truck, or your neighbor's forgotten sports car. You never know what kind of stories these cars have to tell or what they might be worth. So, next time you're out and about, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what kind of automotive treasures you might find hidden in plain sight. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one driving home in a car that's worth more than a Ferrari. Who would have thought that an old truck could outshine a Ferrari in value? This just goes to show you that the world of cars is full of surprises. Classic cars with historical significance can skyrocket in worth, and this 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Uhlenhaut Coupe proves just how unpredictable the world of collecting can be. Which classic vehicle would you pay a premium for? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more stories about rare cars, incredible auction prices, and automotive legends, check out the other videos on Detroit Motor Marvels. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all things automotive. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.